Alright, let's get right into it. So, both sides in pretty dreadful form. One win in 5 games for both sides, which is, yeah, just terrible. I mean, very, very bad form. But let's get right into it. So, Norwich City, before we actually talk about, both sides' defenses, Norwich City were absolutely shocking in this game defensively, especially in the second half. I mean, this is as bad as a defensive performance you'll see all season. Um, but having said that, let's start off with Norwich. They did get up to a good start. The first 5 to 10 minutes, they really did next to no defending because they were putting all the pressure on Southampton. The game changed after that as Southampton started to get, into the game, started to get some possession, started to get some shots off. Um, but I think Norwich dealt with Southampton's advances pretty well. They were compact. They sat back deep. They tried to counter Southampton when they could to take the pressure off, and yeah, did very very well. So that was pretty much the first half. In the second half, things changed though. Norwich made a mistake at the back, and Danny Ings smashes one into the back of the net in the 49th minute. Um, yeah, just really poor defending. I think just a lapse in concentration. Um, and one of the players kind of just like, a little bit of skill, right? Gets in, passes the ball, Danny Ings, and he finishes it off. Could anything have been done about this? Yeah, I think at the throw in, just try and like, just try and but try and have a presence about you when the throw in comes in. Like if they throw it to a player, try and be right behind them so it almost feels like they have nowhere to go. And then there's the next part where the player's been beaten by skill. I mean, just try and not be caught square in that situation, and show the player down the line. Don't let them cut inside because you never know what's gonna happen if you get beaten. So yes, so that's that one. Yeah, and moving on, Norwich also conceded again in the 54th minute. Um, Norwich was caught out on the break, and I think it was Armstrong that finishes it into the bottom corner. Yeah, once again, Norwich, unorganized at the back. They're at six and sevens, not picking up runners. They're not even setting themselves up defensively properly. I mean, uh, when they're running backwards, they're leaving so much space in front of them. There's no communication. Um, yeah, just really really poor. Um, and again, Norwich conceded in the 79th minute. They were caught out in another break, and the ball was finished into the bottom corner. Uh, yeah, once again, just unorganized. That the players are being caught square, and also I just think that I think the commentators mentioned it as well, but the players actually looked dead after 60 minutes, and they really, really, really struggled to get back and get back, be compact, and actually defend some of these shots. Like it almost seems like these players just like had no energy, like after a certain point, and I think um, that's why they were so poor. I mean, I think at the end of this game, I think Southampton, no, Norwich conceded about 22 shots at the end of this game, which is just it's unacceptable at Premier League level. Like that's just yeah, it's just shocking. And once again, Norwich with a very very poor defensive display. Um, yeah, I guess we'll talk about Southampton now. We'll leave Norwich alone for a bit. Southampton, they actually had a shocking start as well. The first 5 to 10 minutes, they had so much pressure on themselves. Norwich could have easily had maybe 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, not three, yeah, maybe one or two goals. Yeah, because they actually started the match really really well. But after Southampton rode that storm, they came into the match and it was more 50-50. So Um, so they didn't have to deal as much. They didn't have to deal as much pressure and as many shots. Um, and yeah, and pretty much the match kind of went. It was kind of like a tide turning, So Southampton started really really badly, but then they started to come into the game and release pressure from themselves. Um, and yeah, that's the way the match went throughout pretty much the whole entire game. Um, I think there was a dangerous situation, a really dangerous one where Timo Pukki could have scored, but it was brilliant defending by the Southampton defense, and that was in the first half. I think it was around 25th to 30th minute. So good stuff by Southampton. Probably should have conceded, but good defending there. And yeah, that's all I can really think about. I mean, Norwich did have, I think, maybe another chance in the game, but very, very wasteful going forward, and they just made things easy for the Southampton defense. Um, yeah, so is there anything else to talk about? Not that I can really think about, but yeah, I think Norwich are gone. I mean, this was probably a must-win game for them if there was one, and yeah, they've been beaten badly. So yeah, I think Norwich are gone. They'll be playing Championship football next season, and Southampton, yeah, much needed win because yeah, as I said, the form has been pretty dreadful. Um, and yeah, maybe they can finish in the top 10. Yeah, top 10 finish would probably be good for them, or mid-table. But yeah, that's about it.